Welcome to the Flip and Castle podcast.
All right, so buckle up, folks, because today we're diving headfirst into some seriously wild claims about, you guessed it, aliens. Yeah, you know how it is. The James Webb Telescope sends back some stunning images of the cosmos, and boom, the internet explodes with theories.
It never fails, does it?
Never. And this time, it's not just about little green men, oh no. We're talking a full-blown alien armada allegedly heading straight for Earth.
Yes, the classic alien armada scenario. Always good for grabbing headlines.
They said it. And of course, it's all over YouTube, so we got to unpack it.
Yeah.
This video, let's just say they don't hold back. City-sized objects, unexplained course corrections, even some grainy visuals. They're supposed to be these spaceships.
Of course, gotta have the visuals right. Even if they are a bit, shall we say, open to interpretation.
Exactly. And that's what we're here for. So before we go full conspiracy theory, I think a quick James Webb 101 is in order. Remind us, what can this telescope actually see? Because it is light years ahead of anything we've had before, right?
Oh, absolutely. The James Webb is an absolute game changer. Think of it this way. It can capture light that's been traveling through space for over 13 billion years. We're talking about seeing the universe as it was just a baby, practically moments after the Big Bang. It's like looking back in time, which is incredible in itself. And yeah, to your point, its ability to see these incredibly faint, distant objects, it's mind-boggling. Like imagine spotting a firefly on the moon. That's the kind of sensitivity we're talking about.
Wow, a firefly on the moon. Okay, that puts it into perspective. And here's the catch, right? Just because we can see something doesn't mean we instantly know what it is.
Precisely. Seeing and understanding. Two totally different ballgames. The data that the James Webb collects, it's incredibly complex. It takes a lot of analysis, filtering, and interpretation to make sense of it all.
And that's where things can get a little, let's just say people love to jump to conclusions. Remember that whole thing with pulsars? For a hot minute, everyone thought those were alien signals.
Oh, yeah, pulsars. A classic case of mistaking a natural phenomenon for something, more extraterrestrial. They emit these beams of radiation as they spin, and because they spin so fast, we see it as a pulse, like a cosmic lighthouse. It threw everyone for a loop at first.
Right. So what are some other ways that, let's call them space illusions, can trip people up? I mean, we're hardwired to see patterns, right? Like faces in clouds.
Absolutely. Pareidolia, it's called. Our brains are amazing pattern recognition machines, sometimes a little too amazing. We see a weird shape on Mars and bam, it's an alien monument. The vastness of space. It's a giant Rorschach test.
And we haven't even touched on this whole course correction thing that the video hypes up. Apparently, these alleged alien spaceships were just minding their own business, and then zip, they made a beeline for Earth. Sounds a bit dramatic, no?
Well, space travel, even for us humans, is rarely a straight line. And look, I'm not saying there aren't alien spaceships out there.
Of course.
But just because an object in space appears to change direction doesn't automatically mean it's under intelligent control. Think of comets, for example. They loop around the sun, pulled by gravity, speeding up, slowing down. It might look deliberate, but it's just physics doing its thing.
Okay, so context is key. Makes sense. But here's the thing. This video, it throws out all these timelines, and they're all over the place. Years, weeks, who knows when this armada is supposed to arrive. All very vague and honestly anxiety-inducing.
Well, that's the oldest trick in the book, isn't it? Leave things open-ended, a little mysterious, gets people talking, keeps them clicking.
And for those of us who really want to believe, it can be easy to get swept up in it. But okay, let's say, hypothetically, we are looking for signs of alien tech. What would we be looking for? What kind of evidence would make you go, okay, this is it. We are not alone.
Oh, wow. That is the question, isn't it? The holy grail of astrophysics. I'd say anything that defies our current understanding of physics, something that screams artificial. Maybe we detect strange patterns in the light coming from a distant star system.
Like what? Like a cosmic Morse code? Or a giant neon sign that says, "Welcome, Earthlings."
That would be something. But seriously, imagine finding a star that's dimming and brightening in a sequence that just couldn't be natural. Or detecting unusual compositions of light energy signatures that don't match any known elements. Those would be pretty strong indicators.
So we're looking for the cosmic equivalent of finding a perfectly square rock on a beach of pebbles. Something that makes you stop and go, hold on. Something had to have made this. This wasn't random.
Exactly. Something that makes us rethink everything we thought we knew about the universe and our place in it.
And that's what makes this whole thing so fascinating, right? The possibility, it's out there. So for now, keep looking up, keep asking questions. You never know what we might discover.